or any. I don't want any accolades or any notoriety. You know what I'm saying? I'm just low key, so I'm always behind the camera.
Like I imagine, like that's at some point that's difficult to do. You keep doing dope shit. Like you gotta you gotta figure it out, right? So it's like, I mean, you've been shooting this content for a minute. Some of the coolest people, you know what I'm saying? You've been doing these videos, man. This content. Just give the people a quick background, who you are, you know what I'm saying, your legacy and what's going on.
Legacy. That's crazy. That's the name of my my LLC. But Barry Williams, man, throughout my life, I'm basically of the culture. I started out breakdancing back in the day, just to tell my age. You know what I mean? Started out breakdancing, soaked that up, then started rapping. And then I was a part of a crew up in Orange. I grew up in Orange. And it was about like 9 or 10 of us rappers. And we all had our own producers and stuff. So it was hard for me to get beats. So then I just started making my own beats. Then I got married, being a music producer. My wife gave me a camera for Christmas one time, a nice high definition camera. So I started taking pictures, established myself as a photographer. And also with that camera came, high definition videos. So I was like, oh, I can shoot videos too. So I started doing both, parallel. And, I started shooting the local artists in the area. And ultimately, my background was cooking. I was cooking since I was 8 years old. And I would always invite people to the house, feed them, you know what I mean? And, I figured I'd take a passion and turn it into profit. So I started my own restaurant. So here we are, Bentley's, 71 Clay Street. We do soul food, seafood. We have a nice little vibe on this side of Newark. We do karaoke, we do open mic. We just started, a comedy show on Mondays. Birthday parties, baby showers, whatever you want to celebrate, you can do it here.
Yeah, I love it, man. What I appreciate about your journey, and what I'm learning from a lot of successful people is the idea that, it's like be like water, be water. Don't be too rigid. Like, go with the flow and follow this life thing as it takes you. As it takes you along. So how was it transitioning throughout the years? From dancing to music, and then ultimately to ended up at the restaurant. Like how were you in those moments of transition?
Everything came easy to me because the way my brain works, I'm a sponge. I'm a thick sponge. So if anything I'm interested in and I'm interested in learning it, I gotta know all the elements of it. So, I went from dancing to rapping because, all of that culture ties into each other. So then I went from rapping to producing and producing to, every transition was easy because once you get an interest, well, at least with me, once I get an interest, I gain sharp focus. And with that focus, it's easy to learn for me. I'm a numbers guy. Math is pretty easy to me. So I apply that to a lot of my, things that I do. So very easy transition from one facet to the other,
Indeed. And like you say, you've been cooking your whole life, and I imagine, having a family, you definitely get into that space, and you're inviting people over to the house. You're constantly cooking. And what was the tipping point where, like, what was somebody like you fed somebody some oxtails or something, like what was the thing, like, what, you should open a restaurant? Like what was the tipping point? Because you've been cooking your whole life. I imagine you probably thought about it, probably been a conversation for a while now. But what was the tipping point to, it's time to do it now?
It would be like, before doing this professionally, I used to work office jobs. I worked at Prudential for 9 years. I also worked at a copier company for 5 years. No, for 13 years. I'm sorry, and besides cooking at home, we would have potluck at the job. I would bring in some lasagna, and then everyone would rave about the lasagna. I would bring in some banana pudding, and to this day, everyone raves about the banana pudding. So it would be pretty much anything I would do. I would do catfish nuggets, and then people ask for the recipe. What you put in it? Oh, they try to guess what I put in it. So I'm like, man, I'm getting a lot of notoriety from it. So I might as well, open. Like, I always wanted to open my own restaurant. It's just that, the feedback from everybody, and certain things like I said, like the catfish nuggets. I do a mean crab salad, banana pudding. To this day, I get people. They don't invite me to the house unless I'm bringing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bunch of dishes, and and that's what brought me to the idea of like, yo, I need to do this.
And talk about you picked a fine time to do it as far as American history is concerned. As far as the pandemic, talk about that part of the journey, because I just did an article, Wall Street Journal. They said about 200,000 businesses shut their doors in this time period, and for anybody that's still standing, I tip my hat to them. But how was that? How was that getting through the pandemic?
It was crazy. I mentioned this to someone yesterday, and it was like, man, you wanted to do it during COVID? I'm like, no, we didn't. We didn't know what was happening. January 2020, we got our lease here. Once we made a decision, like, all right, yeah, let's open a restaurant. So we got our lease here in January 2020. They discovered COVID-19 and I think December 2019, but it reached America like early February. So we got the lease, we're doing renovations and everything. And we're like, okay, boom, we're going to open up in March. March hit, the government's like, okay, everybody has to stay in the house. So that left us like, how are we going to be profitable? I owe my landlord rent. I spent all this money on food. It's going to spoil or whatever. So we sat on it for a couple months. And then my birthday's in July. So we had a birthday party, soft opening. Well, it wasn't really a soft opening, but it was a birthday party. And then I just decided and said, F it, let's open. You know what I'm saying? So we opened the next day. And it's been a struggle in the beginning, because of the whole shutdowns, and everything. And we was restricted from doing certain things. We had to organize our dining room to be socially distanced, and this is all at the same time of trying to gain customers. We were restricted, like every turn we had problems, but we did some things creatively, online, Instagram, social media. We took on, the platforms, Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash. All of that was a big help too. And then I started learning from other, I got other restaurant friends, and they was telling me how to maneuver. And they've been surviving too. So I just followed them. And, luckily I had that access and the patience to basically do what we needed to do to, survive. Because like you said, there's been tons of people, there's been tons of restaurants around me shutting down because they didn't know how to maneuver or they didn't know what to do,
Yeah, it's a thing, some of our favorite places, no longer exist. One of my favorite coffee shops I can't remember the name. I just knew the location. I would go there, just to do my meetings or whatever. And I went, and I was heartbroken, so to see, especially when I see anybody, especially brothers and sisters doing it in these tough times, I'm proud. First of all, I'm proud of you. But let me start there. I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, man, you weathered the storm. And then you also spoke about the right now. Okay, we were at the Coach store a while back, and there was nobody working. It was like, customers everywhere, but nobody, like one or two people working. And we asked the young woman, we're like, she said, man, we can't pay people to work for us right now. We try and we up the price. Like we can't get people to come in and actually work. And that seems to be a thing right now. Like, people don't want to go to work right now. So as an employer, you know, how do you navigate this?
It's very difficult. That's one of our main problems, is hiring people. Well, to begin with, this business, the turnaround is crazy because it's not somewhere you would want to create a career. With most people, it's like a stopping point before I do whatever I want to do in life. So, you know, it's going to be a high turnaround anyway. But my answer is kind of, you know, it's kind of like a political opinion, because I feel, you know, with the pandemic and all of these stimuluses and unemployment and everything, it kind of conditioned us to be lazy. I get applicants all the time just like, hey, I would love to work for you, but can we do it under the table? Because I don't want to mess up my unemployment situation. So it's either you get that or you get people not working at all because they're waiting for some type of government money. You know what I mean? But I just feel like, you know, we're lazy. That there's tons of jobs open everywhere. There's an import-export problem because no one wants to work. No one wants to get a job and drive a truck and bring all of this stuff in that's sitting at the dock that's waiting for us. Because of that, prices are high, gas is high, you know. So it's like a domino effect of laziness. Wow. That's affecting everybody.
Perspective. I didn't look at I didn't imagine the job market was affecting all those aspects of our existence.
Absolutely.
Man. Okay. Well, yeah, that's something. Learn something every day. You know, so you're down. Well, you know, I don't even call it downtown. I'm close enough to downtown. I'm just about downtown North, right? And how has the community been treated? You know, you got the what's that, the Palisades. That's it's like the two buildings right behind you, right behind the Burger King.
Palisades.
I think it might be. It's a starts with a P.
Yeah, I get it. We get a lot of people from that building. I'm learning we get a lot of DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, right? So some of the customers that order through the platforms are right in those buildings, you know. So we do get a lot of local support, a lot of support from my family and friends, you know. We, you know, again, you know, through our social media, we get a lot of people who follow other people that we follow mutually, and they see what we have going on here. So community wise, it's great. We don't, you know, I wish we could have more. There's a brand new building across the street from us, and I get customers from there all the time. And what's promising is they're developing high rises all around me. Right. So like the Bear Stadium, I think they got 11 buildings going in there. They broke ground right there on Broad Street in front of the Palisades, or is it Palisades or Colonnades? One of them.
Right. The Colonnades is up the hill.
Oh yeah,
that one right there starts with a P. I just can't remember the name of it. But the pavilion, that's the pavilion.
Pavilion, yeah.
Pavilion.
Yeah. They're building I think 240 apartments there, right there on McCarter Highway. I think I read it's supposed to be the highest building in Newark within the next couple of years. That whole block right there on McCarter Highway. So within the next couple of years, it's going to be a lot of promising residential developments around. So I'm in a good spot. You know, originally I wanted something downtown in the middle near City Hall or somewhere near the Prudential Center where I can generate all of that foot traffic. You know, but we're doing a good job on this side. We're on the edge of North Newark. You know what I'm saying? Right next to Taco Bell. So
so ain't much competition right there. It's a little different quality, different level, just different.
You know what? It's not even a bragging point about competition, because again, a lot of restaurants aren't around. So it's not much. It's not many straws to grab. You know what I'm saying? So we do all right on our little piece of corner over here. And even, I got, like I said, I got other restaurant friends and they're doing well too. I got, I talked to my man, Jones, from Crab Bay. He's doing well. I got the guys over at Crabs on D-Way, my man at Burger Wall over there, he's doing well, and a couple of things he's working with. So everybody's doing all right. We have the same problems, supply and labor wise, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, everyone's doing all right. Everyone could do a little bit better, but I think things are going to be a little better once people really get acclimated to, okay, it's okay to come out now and enjoy life again.
Yeah, I mean, it's what's cool is that, I'm from North New Jersey. I'm born and raised South 8th, the number blocks and the Fairmount area, if you will. Mm-hmm. And, right now I reside in Queens, Far Rockaway. So like me and my family, we whenever we come out to Jersey, I come out to Jersey a few times a week, but we always look for restaurants. We always try to find something new, somebody new to support. And we just try to find our new favorites because a lot of our old favorites aren't here anymore. So, we go to your spot, man. And what I appreciate, was like the food was really good, brother. I mean, and I'm not just saying because I'm interviewing you right now, like, bro, like I don't eat meat. My family eats meat, so I got all the side dishes. And all the side dishes. And I got the cauliflower wings.
Okay.
With the, I think it's the honey henny sauce, something like that.
Yes.
And right. And how hands on are you with the menu? Like did you create it 100%? I met the chef that day. This is a collaboration thing.
Well, when we started, I brought in a chef to design the menu. His name is Chef Darryl Hammond. I guess you can say he's a celebrity chef. He cooked for Joe Biden. He's from the South Jersey area near Philly. He cooked for the Eagles. He's been on the Food Network a couple of times. I met him through a friend, and she was like, "Yeah, I think you guys should get together." So I went to his page, and the way his plating is crazy, and the ideas he come up with was sick. So I wanted to link up with him because in my mind, one of the things culture wise that we do is let's say you with your family and you place your order, but you see a waitress or a server and they walk past you and something on the plate looks crazy and they put it down. And with our culture, the first thing we do before we eat, we don't say grace or nothing. We pull our phones out, take a picture of it or whatever. So I wanted to get a grasp of that concept to bring here. So I brought him in to help design our menu. And then we tweaked it along the way. I added a couple of my own recipes. My cousin added a couple of his, so, we're tweaking some things with, a vegetarian menu, right? You don't eat meat. So, we added the cauliflower wings and the rice bowls and the veggie burgers, what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, and we changing the menu again. We trying to figure out what works for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's some of my ideas, but it's definitely the majority is through Chef Darryl Harmon. If you look him up, yeah. Right. And him and I also might partner up on something in the future. We're really looking to do that. So,
love it. Yeah. The food is good, man. My daughter. She's a tough critic, brother. I'm just, it's tough. We walk in restaurants, new places, and we walking on eggshells. So we're like, man, I hope we ain't got to go to another spot. Cause she don't like, and she loved it. My wife just said the wings, So like, y'all definitely doing something right over there. As far as like, being involved in the community. In what ways have you connected to the community? Whether it's, I know, like say North First Fridays or downtown North, like these different festivals. Have you engaged in that way yet?
I try to tap into what's going on with the city. Community wise, we had a couple of domestic violence meetings here. We had some for mental illness. We work close with Sarah Ward, School for Kids. We just did catering for Great Oaks. That's over there by Allure. We have a huge homeless problem on our side of town. I don't know about as far as Newark in general, but we try to create our own homeless situation where we have food that instead of throwing it away, we set it up and we give to the homeless that are over there by the 280 entrance and stuff. So, we try to tap in, but I want to do something more organized to help out with the community. Most of our staff is of the community, so putting food on their tables is a blessing as well. So,
indeed, yeah. Speaking about the homelessness over about 280, when you go up the little roundabout situation, you see it. People living out there. So I do commend you for that. I used to work for United Airlines for about 10 years, and every flight that comes in, the food that they don't serve, they throw it away. This is hundreds of plates of food every day. It's hundreds of planes rather. So this is just it's a large amount of food, and and I always wonder, is there anybody who has found a solution to not do this? So I'm happy. Right. I'm happy. Like I'm really grateful for that, because it's we had employees. One employee that worked for the company actually used to live underneath one of the bridges over there by the airport, and it's like but we throwing food away, So right. So I'm definitely
somebody should tap into that. If it's tons of food going away, someone really needs to tap into that to see. It got to be some type of organized fashion where we can get food to people that need it.
Yeah, it's I'm well now we're talking about it, I'm definitely gonna see what we can I'm gonna approach it from a community organizer point perspective, and I'm gonna link with somebody, I'm gonna link with different people who already, like one woman that works with our company, her name is Jen, and she feeds people at Penn Station. I think like once a week or something like that. She does it very often, very consistently for like about 6-7 years. And so I'm going to talk to her and see how we can approach this, and then make it a citywide thing. So yes, the airport is one thing, but it's Dunkin' Donuts, is Subway, like it's a lot of places, a lot of waste. So if it can be a collective thing where it's not just one voice in the crowd yelling, but no, if we come to it with strength in numbers, I'm certain we can get results.
Mm-hmm. So that's a good idea. You just sign me up, whatever you come up with, or sign me up for the first meeting. I'm down.
Copy that. So let's talk about your goals, man. Like when you set out to do this, what is the vision of like success? One thing I learned as an entrepreneur, we may do the same thing. We both may make music or whatever, but my version of success is be totally different than your version of success. Right. So as a restaurant owner right now, when you see the future, what does it look like for you?
I'm really interested in expanding. I'm just trying to see what that's like. I follow a lot of wealth pages, and I pay attention to a lot of people who are successful, and just starting. I feel like I'm just starting out, right? Throughout my life, I've been doing a lot of other things, but this is like it's like a little embryo, right? So I feel like now I want to expand to either something else in this community or maybe in another state. I got some friends looking at locations in Virginia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania, and New York. So I'm definitely going to pull a trigger on something else. I'm not sure when, but I feel once I mastered multiple locations, then I feel like I would pretty much be successful. I'm never thinking about retiring, although I'm coming up on that kind of soon. But I'm not tired. I'm like I have a battery in my heart or something. I don't know what's going on. I'm always doing something. So again, I just feel like expanding. Get a couple more locations, and once I get to the point where it's like, all right, everything is, I'm making money in my sleep where I can afford to retire, then I'll probably exercise that option. But at that point, that's when I would feel successful.
Yeah. I mean, I think like money in your sleep from a restaurant would look like, you got packaged goods, your signature sauce, in supermarkets and things of that nature. Is the honey henny, that's your signature thing right there?
But that was something that Daryl came up with. Well, I wouldn't say he came up with, but that's his recipe as far as what we use. And I was really thinking I actually have a couple of bottles packaged, but I just never pull a trigger on putting it online or start selling it here, outside of providing it on the actual item plate. But we, I definitely feel that, it's anything merch. If we can do something plating wise and freeze it and make a frozen version of our cauliflower wings or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's all of that should be on the table. The possibilities are endless,
Right. So out of everything on the menu, if a person from, Mars came out to your restaurant and like, listen, I need the thing. Give me the thing on the menu. What is the thing on the menu?
The thing on our menu, so it's a couple of things. Our Hennessy barbecue wings, we sell out a lot of that. But one item we can't keep in the store is our Cool Ranch mozzarella bites, right? So, we Daryl put a little spin on just regular mozzarella sticks. We take the Cool Ranch Doritos, crush them up, mix them up with some breadcrumbs, add a little bit of ranch seasoning, and boom, over some mozzarella, it's good. So we just made a fresh batch now, but we can never keep them in the store. So once people try those with some Chipotle sauce or traditional marinara sauce, it's a wrap. It's sold.
Love it. Well, one thing that I ordered that because we didn't know we were going to stay. We were going to visit my grandma, so I didn't know we were going to stay to eat, but we eventually decided to. I wish we would have ordered it. We said it was going to take 30 minutes to make the I think it was jalapeno cornbread or cheddar.
Yes, jalapeno cheddar cornbread. Yep.
Jalapeno cheddar cornbread. Like I'm a cornbread advocate. I think more plates. With the savory, you need the sweet with the savory. So we will be back for that cornbread, specifically for that cornbread.
Yeah, when I tried it, the first time I tried it, I was like, "Yo, this is a crazy party in your mouth when you eat it, because you have the jalapenos, you got the cheddar, and then we hit it with butter and honey. You know what I mean? So and served hot. That's crazy. So I was like, yeah, we definitely need to keep this. That's another one. That was the third one I was going to say. That's something that we hardly keep in. I mean, us Black people, we love cornbread, soul food, but it's kind of hard. The mozzarella bites and the cornbread always sells out. It's kind of hard to gauge how much to make every day. And unfortunately, this location, I don't have enough room to store a lot of the stuff to make it and then put it to the side so we have enough of it. Like, we got to keep making it every day, and it's not enough time. There's not enough hours in the day to keep that going. So
yeah. So I mean, living out here, I had a brief stint as a chef. It's a bar right across from my house, and I go in. I never been inside like to have a drink. If I had a homie come from Irvington come through, we went in, we had drinks, whatever, and we spoke talking to the manager's wife unknowingly. And my guy's like, you don't know Jimmy? He raps, he does this, he does that. You don't know Jimmy? Where you been? And she's like, well, can you cook? I'm an excellent sous chef. So my wife is a chef. So I'm like, listen, I'm grade A when it comes to that. I can hold anybody down. And long story short, brother, I got the job, right? As a sous chef, right? Just like the hide on the spot. Within 5 days, the chef quit and flew back to Costa Rica. He ain't coming back.
So now you got to suit up.
So I became the line chef, you know, and it was a very humbling experience, you know, because I never imagined I'd be doing it, and I never wanted to do it, you know, and I'm in it. I was in it. I did it for about 6 months. The place was a dump, so I had to get up out of it. But it taught me some things about that business, you know. You know, so how is it managing, you know, like I imagine you're handling the kitchen, you know, you got the front office, you got to worry about marketing, you know, how are you hands-on in every aspect of this business?
You have to be hands-on. Same situation with you. Like I had chefs leave because of certain. I had a chef leave because his estranged wife wanted to get a divorce, so he had to go back and handle that, but he never came back. I had a chef who left seasonally, you know, to work in Colorado. Thank God he came back, but like, and then you get the call outs. You get, hey, I can't come in today. I got a stomach virus or whatever. So I got to suit up, either that or call somebody else. But again, we're working on a skeleton crew anyway, so it's nobody to call. Real quick, one of my chefs, you know, because of where we are, you know, and he got shot in front of his house in the leg because somebody thought he was looking at his girl wrong. You know, he's been down for a month. So ever since, I've been trying to hire somebody to replace him, or at least temporary till he came back, but I've been unsuccessful. So I had to suit up. Right now, I don't have a chef, but once we hang up, I got to go set up the kitchen so so my customers aren't, you know, left dangling. So
right, man.
Very, 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 very hands-on. That's the back, and then I got to do payroll. I got to do inventory. I got to do food ordering. Then I got to do. I'm doing everything, all the way down to making hookahs, and you know what I'm saying. If a server calls out, I gotta take orders. You know what I mean? This is the life we chose.
Right, you know? right. The life we chose. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? So I mean, so I ain't gonna hold you up, but I do have one more question for you, man. You know, if you had any advice for any brother, sister wanted to take this, you know, I know some pretty good chefs who just don't think they can do it, you know, because of all the responsibility that it entails, right? So if you have any advice for anybody who's thinking about taking this leap, what would you tell them?
I think, in a nutshell, I think Nike has the best slogan when it comes to business or anything in life, and that's just do it. Like even if you fail, like I had a restaurant. My cousin and I own this as well, but him and we had a restaurant in Maplewood about 10 years ago called Soul Terrific. We was right there in Maplewood. Opened in 2012, closed 2013. Bad location, bad landlord. We didn't know what we were doing marketing wise, you know what I'm saying? So we ended up having to close, but we didn't stop, you know. But the main thing is we just did it, you know what I'm saying? I got friends and family who sit around and they talk about, you know, I got a cousin right now. She does hair phenomenally. She got clients going in and out of her door, and she says, I want to open up a salon. I'm like, okay, you know, when you get your income tax, blah, 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 get your LLC set up, something where you got a little money in the bank, see if you can get a loan or whatever, and then hit the ground running, do some research. That was 9 years ago, and she's still talking about open up something. So my thing is do it. Even if you fail, you know, failures are still lessons. You know what I'm saying? Losses are lessons. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't tuck our tail when we failed. You know, we did it again. And right now, I think we're pretty much doing okay. You know, it was a struggle in the beginning, but we survived. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, the sky's the limit right now, especially in this type of business. So if any chef's thinking about opening his own thing, do the research, talk to people, get some feedback, talk to another chef that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Successfully. Don't talk to a chef that's like, oh, like he's on his way out. No, don't do it. Don't let somebody talk you out of your dream. Just do it. Because everybody's story is going to be different. You know what I'm saying? Get some mentors. You know, but the main thing is just do it.
Let's do it. And actually, one more thing. Is that you taking those photographs on the website, on the Instagram?
That's some of it is me. Some of it is so I got a digital marketing person, like, right. So I can't post every day because I'm doing a whole bunch of other stuff. So she posts, but I send her pictures. Some of my staff people, I showed them the proper way, the light, and use your phone to take decent pictures of food, and we all send it to her. So a lot of it is me, but a lot of it isn't. It's pretty much all of us.
I could do. I'm like, yeah, yeah, it's me. I take the photographs. I cook. I'm a janitor. I do the roofing.
Yeah, man, you got to. You got to be.
Got to, man. Listen, brother. I want to thank you so much, man. I'm gonna do my due diligence. I'm gonna submit this ASAP, brother. So me and my family are gonna be out there soon. And similar to your journey, I'm really a hip hop artist at heart. I really struggle with the idea of like just doing anything other than music. Like it's a pull and a push and pull sometimes, man. Because no matter, like, my journalism career is going so well, so fast. I mean, 2 years, it's just I'm everywhere I want to be. I'm in the Hamptons this weekend, okay. And it's like it's happening, and I still feel like a piece, like a little piece of me is like not fulfilled because all I want to do is rap, Mm-hmm. So I commend you, man, and I thank you for giving me perspective. Like just keep going. I'm gonna keep going.
Definitely. I just told, so last night was open mic. I told one of the artists who he got jammed up in the situation. And I told him, stay away from trouble. You know what I mean? But as long as you keep doing what you love, it's going to pay off, right? Because if you stop doing what you love, you're going to look at everybody around you pass because they're still doing it. You know what I mean? And you're going to always have that in your back of your mind. Like, what if I would have kept going? So just keep doing, keep posting your content, keep putting your cover songs together, keep doing your bars, you know what I'm saying? Keep writing, keep posting, you know what I mean? Just keep doing it, because one day, if you keep doing it, let's say you're not good enough, and if you keep doing it, that's practice. 10,000 hours of practice, creates an expert. So just keep doing it. The more hours you put in, the more you're going to get better. And plus, the more people are going to see what you putting out there. So definitely, if rapping is your thing, brother, keep doing it. Trust me.
We gonna get out of here, man. Like I have the plan. Like you say, speak of research. Like when I tell you, like I wanted to understand. I've studied everybody from Soulja Boy to Rakim. That's the range, and just understanding like what makes an artist not only successful as far as talent wise, but then it's like what are they doing? What are the things they're doing to connect with their people? Because Chief Keef fans ain't Jay, what I'm saying, are not necessarily J. Cole's fans, So right. So what are they doing? And at the end of the day, it's just authenticity and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So So I got the master plan. And like I said, next month we launching like a rocket, brother. So again, man, I want to thank you. I'm gonna sing you some music because I think this shit is incredible.
Send it.
Absolutely, man. I'm gonna make one of these open mic nights too, bro, because I can't say I am an expert acapella performer, like expert level with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be there.
I told you to bring your daughter too. She said she got bars too.
Right. No, she freestyle crazy, and we have my most successful record. She's executive producer and it's featuring her vocals.
Nice.
Yeah, man. We performed for the first time sometime last year with the pandemic. We thought it was going to end, and then said nope, we're gonna take it to another level. So we performed at a pop-up shop, and she was nervous, but we killed it. I was actually at a recital with hers yesterday. She's a dancer. When I tell you about this, I think I told this little girl writes plays. She's written 2 plays, about 4 books. I got one of these child prodigies on my hands, so I have to get her on stage. I have to get her in front of people because that's the biggest hurdle for her is just the lights.
Yeah. Definitely nurture that. Whatever she needs ballet shoes. Nurture all of that. Because when they have that passion young, they become legends, in my opinion. You look at people like Michael Jackson and and all of these child prodigies, like you said. You know what I mean? Nurture that.
100%. Yeah, we got the piano over there. She next thing is DJ equipment. You know, because she makes excellent playlists. Is bugged out. Excellent playlist. Well, brother, yo, let me let you go, bro. Get in that kitchen, bro. Get that kitchen set up. Feed them people, man. Thank you
Go do
again,
that, man. Same, man, and enjoy your Father's Day.
man. Likewise, brother.
All right, man. Be good.
Peace.
Peace.